Oh yeah. Because what does it do? It wants to go to old patterns.
Yeah.
Because it takes less energy. And whatever takes less energy, I'm less afraid of. Planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. And especially when we brought out the movie. It's supposedly 1.3 billion people all over the planet has seen it. And what
it's
was
impressive.
Well researched is it changed their view in their relation as humans in relation to this planet, nature.
Herzlich willkommen bei Phasensprung, dem Podcast von Konstantin und Frank Steffen.
So, Stefan Beiten, thank you very much for being here. I just first do a short introduction. Yeah, you are such an interesting person and personality. You have done so much already in your life. So that's really special. It starts with maybe what you are most and best known for is you are a film producer. You have produced many animation TV episodes, but maybe the most important thing were the two global hits you produced, Deep Blue and Planet Earth, I think together with the BBC. And with these films, you influenced altogether more than 1 billion people on this beautiful earth. And you somehow, I would say, you created or you helped to create an awareness for the beauty of this planet, because these films are so stunning and so fantastic and so beautiful. But you're not only a film producer, you are also an investor. You have structured and placed more than $1 billion investments. You have founded 20 companies or more. You have raised many kids, three kids. And there's another billion number. You have been for a while, at least on paper, a billionaire. That's also really a crazy experience, I can imagine, especially as if there comes the big crisis. Criteria crisis. So when there comes the big crisis, and almost everything is gone again. So maybe you can start with that. How does it feel to be? What is this excitement? What is this feeling? And what is the feeling, or you're learning if everything is gone again in your life?
It's a very human, humbling moment.
Mm-hmm. Humbling, I can imagine.
That's really the prevailing feeling once you get through the shock and say, "Oh my God, what just happened?" Because it happened very fast. Famous of summer 2008.
So a few weeks and everything is gone.
A few months.
And
then Lehman went under, and
then that's it.
Was down from $1 billion plus to minus 50 million.
Oh, even to minus. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. But very, very, very interesting. But then you somehow defeated also the whole thing, and you somehow invented yourself new then after that, right?
Defeated the thing. That's a good actually expression, because it's like a monster that you have to wrestle with and wrestle down. But mostly it's the monster inside of you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because in those situations where my experience is I was basically faced with everything that defined me positively and negatively, and was brought into the open. So and noticed that I could either now go at the challenge with the same level of thinking that created it, hoping for a different outcome, or redefine, reset, restart not only the outside world or the material world that is now defined as on a bank account, but also restart the inner world to create a new operating system that would allow eventually for a different outcome.
Okay. And in this context, you talk also about being below the line or above the line. When I first heard that, I have to confess, I didn't like it in the first moment, because I thought, okay, who defines who is above the line? Yeah, and is he himself also above the line, or what's going on here? But meanwhile, I think I understand it more, and I think it is more like, I have a pair of words I always like to bring into opposites. It's love and fear. And you already very nice described the fear state. And the fear state has something to do with the, let's say, a focus on being separated. You feel yourself separated from the world, and you have to fight, because out of separation you need to survive, because there's no good for you. You have to somehow get something good. The love state is connectedness. And this gives you, what you say, this kind of emotional security. It's a feeling of I'm connected with everybody, I'm connected with everything, and so I can be open-minded.
Beautiful. And that's exactly what it is. So above and below the line, we borrowed from a group called 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And I just loved it. Very American approach. Simply say, hey, can you locate yourself where you are? Just take a blank piece of paper and draw a line. You're either above or below. So very un-German, but I loved it because that picture immediately helps you to get the concept. That's why we like it. Conceptually, philosophically, I'm totally with you. Then we can go a little bit further. So psychologically, when you look at Maslow, he also defined below and above the line. Basically, you're either in a deficiency state or in a growth state.
Yeah.
Or you take Plato. You're either in the cave, looking at the shadows of the wall, or you're turning around and see where does this light actually come from, and you're getting out of the cave, the growth state or above the line. So it's metaphoric, but it says exactly what you just defined. You're either in a all about me state, which is the fear state. There, by definition, you can only be reactive. Hence, amygdala is taking over, and you're basically just working with 2, max 3 hormones in your of the 6 neuroreceptors that you actually have available, which is dopamine as the oldest hormone, testosterone, and then a little bit of serotonin, but definitely not enough. And that's all that defines your existence. That's deficient. So biochemistry correlates with human needs, correlates with the philosophy, and correlates with our sociological structure that we're in. And I must unfortunately say that our whole system that we're in is deficient by design, both psychologically and from a neurobiological perspective. And we're basically forced to find ourselves how to get into a higher state or into this state of growth.
Yeah, oh my God. This is a very philosophical question for me. I always think about why are we humans like that? And I have one answer is for me that maybe we are kind of an evolutionary experiment. And it might fail completely, or we have to cross the bridge. And after we cross the bridge, all this deficiency will be maybe somehow, I don't know, diluted or so, and we will be much stronger. It's kind of a Hegel idea, this dialectic idea, so that we will meet on a higher level of awareness finally. And my feeling is that we have very different levels in humanity at the moment. It's also scientifically, this is this step model, what is very well researched. So, what do you think? Why are we as we are at the moment?
First of all, Hegel, great idea, but it's 18th century.
Yeah, true.
So there's been a few hundred years of also empirical research that actually showed it's a nice idea. Or what's his name again? Spiral dynamics.
Ken Wilber.
Ken Wilber. The problem with that approach is nothing in humanity goes in concentric spirals, just upwards, all hunky-dory. We're just going to step one further. We're all over the place. It just depends on what we make of it. So, but what I do believe, with the right set and setting, the right space, the right language, the right context, we can move like data clouds of single events and slowly to
Yeah.
towards a growth, we gravitate towards a growth state of existence. That I would say is a more precise articulation.
Yeah.
But we constantly go up and down and fall back and are shitty in a shitty mode. And the next thing, like today, honestly, I was in a shitty mode until I got here, and now we have a great conversation, and I'm completely different. So, so is that a different archetype of me showing up? That's what psychologically you could say, or biochemically, I definitely, if you would take my blood now, I have a completely different distribution of hormone and reward. So the reward receptors. So different, definitely more oxytocin, and it's more playful. And my serotonin level this morning was in the shits. So you can look at it biochemically, and all of that we've changed. What have we changed? We've just changed the space. We changed the context. We changed the conversation, and all of a sudden, our biological manifestation, meaning our body, changes. That creates a different emotion, creates a different feeling, different thinking, different conversation. Thereby, based on that, definitely a different manifestation.
Yeah.
So our goal is to create this space I'm just describing on a consistent base. And interestingly, in order to get to this growth level, to above the line, it needs a different protocol, a different conversation protocol. One, unfortunately, that we've not learned, that we're not trained in.
Okay, now let's take us on the journey. You have like conversation circles, and they go through waves. As I see, you have 4 waves. Can you maybe take us a little bit through these 4 waves?
Yes. So we're calling it waves because of exactly that thought, that it's not a curriculum, that is not fixed, that you're not going in concentric circles or steps upwards like you're going through 4 years of university and then you make a master and you get a degree. It's not how it works. It's more waves. It flows and it goes back and the other comes in. But as you go along from this IQ intelligence space of mind that we're all trained in, the normal language that we have, the KPI-driven, the solution-based language, the advice-giving language, the measurable outcome language, into that EQ, emotional intelligence space, that is where it becomes wavy, and we approach it first. In the first wave through the cognitive mind, then the sensoric, then the emotional, then the being state, and it goes back again. But the core of these is always the same language protocol, and that's actually a very simple one and super hard.
Okay.
To implement and to turn it into a second nature.
Okay, because I can imagine that maybe our mental, unser Geist in English, not spirit, ich meine jetzt nicht den Spirit, sondern mehr so unser mentaler Geist.
Our conditioning tries
to escape always.
Oh yeah.
You know, it always tries to put a new story. You have sometimes this very fantastic experiences. You think, oh, I'm in a new state now. And then there comes the mind, and starts creating a story and pulling you back into the old pattern. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Because what does it do? It wants to go to old patterns.
Yeah.
Because it takes less energy. And whatever takes less energy, I'm less afraid of.
That's good. I just have to think about our dog, how much he's sleeping whole day. So always energy saving mode. Sorry for this picture. Let's go
totally
on.
Right. It's exactly that. Yeah.
Okay, and so this means you have this protocol. You have a certain, let's say, language protocol, a certain procedure in this circles. I think there is a facilitator in the circle who somehow help the participants to really go through the protocols, to really use the technique in the right way, right?
at the end, what we're doing is there's nothing new. It's this language protocol is based on something called Gestalt psychology. It's it was discovered
by Mr. Gestalt.
Actually, Fritz Perls in Berlin in the 30s, and then taken to immigrated to California, and that's where it became a whole school and the whole school of psychology. And the protocol was used as kind of a forum, known as forum principles. It was introduced to the largest CEO organization on the planet, YPO, Young Presidents Organization. And there it's been used by over 30,000 CEOs constantly on a monthly level. And I'm also a member of that fantastic organization.
You want some of that?
Oh, I'd love to. And what I saw, it's this amazing tool needs three things. It needs democratization, because it cannot just be with CEOs. Everybody needs this.
Very good.
It needs digitization, because it's otherwise just a few people in a room. We're living in a digital world, so how can you make this experience digital without losing the magic of it? And you need to professionalize it.
Yeah.
It's what we saw is it needs a professional facilitator. Why does it need it? Because we're not trained in it. And what we are trained in is we see a problem from the outside, we'll go into what we've learned, what our competence allows, and then we find a solution for it. And we make it measurable, and then we give advice to someone else to find a solution, or we'll find the material aspects of how to get a solution for the problem that comes from the outside. But now with much higher complexities, that simplistic, dualistic, mechanistic thinking model, just using our IQ part of the brain, is just not enough. So we're adding simply a completely different dimension of our intelligence, which is the emotional intelligence. Now the EQ. But the problem is that the EQ needs a different language. We've not learned that in university. We've not learned it in school, not in kindergarten, because that educational world of ours is based on the mechanistic thinking model that that was introduced to us about 350 years ago.
Yeah. And you have this formula, what you call IQ plus EQ equals CQ, right?
Exactly. It's of course not a mathematical algorithm. It's a picture. It's a picture. It's a metaphorical algorithm, so to speak. Also, almost to make fun of the mechanistic model it represents, because it's exactly the opposite. But it shows exactly what happened in the Argonaut myth. The individual hero is kind of the representative of the IQ-based expert. Now, in order to become a group hero, you need to connect with people. Connecting with people is not by exchanging the numbers on your bank account, or what you've learned in university, or the achievements you had in your life. It is by truly connecting on an emotional level. How to connect emotionally? Well, that's where the problem starts. That is what we've not learned. Truly, because that needs a language of vulnerability, of being open, with an open heart and an open mind, and then truly finding out what's our connecting values, what's our connecting spirit. Can we be connected by going on that voyage together to find that metaphorical fulfillment, the golden fleece? And can we create a vessel together that is stronger and faster than others in order to survive that journey, metaphorically speaking? And that is not possible with just IQ, expert. That is only possible with adding the EQ space. And for that, we need to grow that muscle, that EQ muscle, that what we call conversational fluency. And for that is what is the space that we're providing by democratizing, professionalizing digitizing the form experience.
Okay. And the picture of this vessel is also already a picture of, can be a picture of an organization, of a company.
The smallest vessel is basically 8 people. 8 people around a virtual table in a virtual space, but also meeting personally at some time. But it's once a month, 8 people meet together with a professional facilitator that keeps that protocol, that makes sure that this muscle is, it's like a private, think of it like a private gym. And you have a professional trainer, and with a perfect diet and sport plan, you still need to lift the weights yourself, because otherwise no muscle is growing. But that you do consistently. And as the muscle is growing, so is the state is changing. And EQ is added more and more to your already pre-existing high level of IQ. And all of a sudden, human intelligence is unfolding exponentially. And that is what enables the individual and the group to bring completely different solutions that no one saw before.
Yeah. I see here there are some let's say words you connect to, I think, to this process and to this protocol of how to talk to each other, how to deal with each other. There is you say there is vulnerability, non-advice giving, listening with an open heart, and zero judgment. So are these the 4, let's say, really main?
Those are the 4 pillars.
The pillars.
The pillars. And starting with the last, non-judgment. That's a tough one for IQ-based experts.
Seem almost impossible, because you always judge. Is it good? Is it bad? Do I like it? Do I don't like it?
And why do we judge? Because it's that survival thing, the instinct. If we go in a room, we need to know, is there danger? In order to find that our brain creates good, bad, black, white situation, as simple and as fast as possible, or judgments. But that is the animalistic part of our brain. That's this super high-speed amygdala reacting, which is fine as long as we are still the ruler of our brain and not being ruled by only that part of the brain. That is the awareness factor that needs to kick in, where we can fill that space, going into a room, our impulse is judging.
Yeah.
I become aware of it. I say, okay, great. Is that judgment true? Can I actually leave it aside? If I can, all of a sudden I can. No, let's start to connect. Connection with people starts with.
But what you need for that process, you need time, and you need a certain kind of being relaxed enough. Otherwise, if you're in a stressy situation, you can't do that. You're just like, how will I survive here in this room with these people or whatever? So I think there is a big deal in training yourself to stay relaxed in such situations.
Which is exactly why we are providing the space for that.
Safe space.
Safe space.
Yeah, for the training.
For the training, for that conversation to happen, which just happens once a month, 2.5 hours. Guaranteed that everything that usually causes stress is already taken out of the picture. That's precisely the context that we provide.
And what I like very much is the vulnerability. It's something I'm very fascinated of, and it's maybe like the flip side of the coin to zero judgment. For me, the picture is you let go. The mask, it's clear, but what is the mask? The mask is the story that you tell about yourself. It's the role you play. It's the picture you try to draw about who you are and what person you are. And this is very often the stories we tell ourselves all the day. Who am I? I'm a super smart, philosopher, or you're a super smart entrepreneur, or I'm a billionaire, or whatever. All these stories. And to let go everything of that and to be really what is now and who are you now, a human being with emotions, with fears, with weaknesses. And what my experience is, I think I'm not so bad in becoming vulnerable. And my experience is it's paradox because it makes you invincible. It's really interesting. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. That is a paradox.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating to see that there where our greatest fear lies, to be vulnerable, because it puts us into what is the two biggest fears that the inner kid in us has. We're not enough, we're not loved. So the last thing on earth that we want to show is that we're actually vulnerable.
Yeah. Talking about activity. So the Argonauts is a organization, company, and let's talk a little bit about this journey. I know the journey a little bit because we worked together for now, I think 1.5 years in terms in the context of scale up. So
applying this wonderful methodology, and boy, I'm your apprentice when it comes to that.
Thank you. Tell me a little bit about your story. So what are you? What is your bold, your hairy, audacious goal with the Argonauts, and how you want to do the next steps?
Now we're back to the billion.
Yeah, we're back to the billion.
So let me take you a little bit back to that, where this number comes from, because it's not just saying this sounds big and bold and I want to be acknowledged for that. Quite the opposite. No, it just happened it's a story that happened with the project Planet Earth.
The project what?
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. That,
okay.
And especially when we brought out the movie. The TV series was already a big success globally, and then we brought out the movie. And at the premieres, something special happened. When it came out, people started to be connected in a different way. And over, I think, a period of 10, 12 years, and it still runs. It's still on Netflix, still has reruns. People still watch it.
Still beautiful.
It's supposedly 1.3 billion people all over the planet have seen it. And what
it's
was
impressive.
Well researched is it changed their view in their relation as humans in relation to this planet, nature, themselves, and with one another. So it had this it set an impulse that created a switch in thinking. And I wondered, wow, at the end of the day, yes, we spent an enormous amount of money. Everybody thought at that time we were nuts and we're going to go bankrupt. And we spent 100 times per hour production than was the norm. But now in retrospect, with just the total project cost 50 million. But we reached over 1 billion people with it, changing their view on themselves, life, the world. So it's a fraction of an investment with an unbelievable outcome. And so it is doable. It is doable to reach that many people. And in today's world, in the digital world, you can reach that many people. And that is what we want to reach with the Argonauts, giving and over 1 billion people this magic formula of having a space of psychological trust and safety, and within it a different conversation.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, maybe let me ask this question: How do you utilize the scale up framework for achieving your goal?
The first time I've seen it, was Vern Harnish actually on stage. I actually wondered, how could I ever believed to ever run any company without that tool set? And I was almost actually ashamed. And what the hell have I been doing? So ever since I've been a fan. And basically we're just following the script. And every time we go off script, we get punished. Then we need to call Konstantin again. So, we need a new quarterly. Let's fix this.
Okay, thank you, Stefan. Maybe let's slowly start closing our beautiful conversation, I found some questions I would like to ask in your own scripts. I love them. They are really beautiful, the questions. And you say that these questions match the 4 waves of your journey, what you're providing and with the Argonauts. And the first question is, do you hear the calling? No, the question are to you.
Exactly. Do you hear the calling? It is, every one of us is on a hero's journey. And for those who've heard it before, it's an American philosopher called Joseph Campbell that actually discovered that this is the underlying pattern of all mysteries and fairy tales and great adventure stories. Lord of the Rings is a pure hero's journey. The Bible, the saga of the Nibelungs, it doesn't matter where we go. Every Disney movie is based on that structure. So that is something that is deeply ingrained in the human soul. And the first question when we go on that hero's journey, the first gating item is, do you hear the calling? Are you the hobbit that is in the Shire and they're having fun and the weather is shining and they're having a party and Gandalf comes in and the question comes, are you going to go leave this wonderful place to go on a dreadful journey where it's cold and dangerous? Are you ready? Or as in the King Arthur saga, Merlin asked Arthur, are you ready? Are you worthy? And if not, well, you can go back and have a party and hope for the best.
And what about you? Do you hear the calling?
I believe that is the one driving element that actually gets me out of bed in the morning. And hence that big, hairy, audacious goal, as Scale-Up calls it, to reach 1 billion people, but not for the billion number, but with the absolute belief that this is it used to be a secret code, and bring it out of the mystery. It's bring it back to humanity. It's true humanness at work, and it should be not only a set of tools, but a way of thinking, a way of being, that it is so natural that I truly believe that this is a key to unlocking a lot of the misery that we're looking at right now.
Okay, great. The second question, it's together with the second level or how you say, state of, how you call it. Muss der Manu gleich rausschneiden, wenn ich jetzt zu lang blättere. Aber wie hast du das genannt? Da gab es so einen Begriff, den ich wichtig fand. Moment.
Welchen?
Egal, lass uns weg.
Nee, sag mal, was meintest du?
Ich habe einen Begriff, den fand ich ganz gut. Nicht State of Mind.
Soul, nicht Mindset, sondern Soulset?
Nee, auch nicht. Egal, lassen wir es weg jetzt, sonst wird es zu kompliziert. So the second question is, have you become everything you are here to be?
Oh, after you hear the calling. In a hero's journey, that's just 1/4 of the whole way. It still needs to go 360 degrees. So, are you here everything you're here to be? That is are and act. Are you really willing to bring it to action? Are you courageous enough? Am I courageous enough? And when I can answer that with a full yes, and I feel fully alive, then I know I can check off that question with a full-blown yes.
Okay, and do you think you have checked it off already, or you're just in the process of checking it?
In the starting process.
Okay, very good. But you see the goal already. That's good.
There is, let me put it this way, to use Plato's metaphor, I'm not all the time looking at the shadows on the wall anymore. Can turn around and say, hey, there's light. Let me see where it's coming from.
Okay, good. The third question on the hero's journey is: are you creating the impact you were born to?
Yes, because everything that you were born to be is one. It's not just the me. The impact is about the we. So can you go from the me to the we? Can you become not only a single hero, but a we hero, a group hero, the Argonauts?
Beautiful. And the fourth one: what makes you feel truly alive?
That's actually the summary of all. If you can answer the first three with a yes, automatically you're fully alive.
Okay. That's very good.
The aliveness is that the great German word Lebendigkeit. And interestingly, when I first heard the word aliveness, actually 5 years ago, I think I thought that's not English. That's a Germanic word, but it is a true English word. The feeling of being fully alive and full aliveness, it is the whole process of going the full-blown hero's journey and embracing it, the good, the bad, the ugly, life itself. That is what creates aliveness.
Okay.
It's not a goal.
Okay. It's a state, or fluency. It's not a state. It's a fluent.
It's a fluent up and down, but while being aware of this and embracing it.
And here we are again in the space. That's where that happens in the space. If you're really in the space, it's open to everything.
Precisely.
Right? Yeah, fantastic.
And when you're an organization and are able to create those spaces, it allows you as a company leader to create a meaning-making layer within your company. Because the feeling of aliveness is that is the answer to this constant search of meaning that we humans have. And when that happens, when they allow that in an organization to happen, then individual purpose and company purpose align, and oh boy, there's nothing you cannot achieve as an organization.
Okay.
And the bottom line, the profit is basically a side effect. And that's also, by the way, what Ernst Young actually found out in a long study, that purpose-driven company, which are fully aligned, which have this alignment of individual and company purpose, beat the market by 42% consistently. So it makes even financially.
Yeah. And I experience how hard it is for the average, let's say, companies to find really the purpose. And I can imagine that your process helps that a lot.
Exactly, because purpose cannot be found through an IQ KPI-based thinking. Then it becomes basically something you put in the elevator. Here's all 5 core values, yada, yada. No, you're not. Who are you truly? And
let me close with two questions that are more like kind of typical Konstantin questions. The one is, Stefan, what would you like to know? Is there something where you think, oh gosh, if I would know that one, that would be so great for me?
There is not one to know. It is more, can I develop an ability of higher awareness? That how do I allow myself to choose the state I am?
Okay.
How can I grow that muscle consistently so that at any given moment, taking a blank sheet of paper, drawing a line that I can locate myself wherever I am, and then drive my state of being towards a growth set, in a growth state, not a deficiency state. So that ability is what I would strive for.
Okay, beautiful. And the second and last question for today would be, it's always my end question, is what is your wish? Could be something for you, for humanity, whatever. What's your wish?
That awareness, responsibility, and empathy becomes the new underlying algorithm of our operating system, to use that tech speak in our tech times.
Okay.
But when we know we've all embedded that new conversational ability, connectiveness between humans becomes so much easier and deeper, and thereby solutions to conflicts and problems that we don't know how to solve right now will become literally self-evident.
So you mean the 7% or 8% for the whole world would change maybe the way how humanity is operating together?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is going from this Descartes, I think, therefore I am thinking, mechanistic, rational, IQ-based only, to a what I rephrased as we think and feel in harmony, therefore we are.
Okay.
And
I like the picture. It's more or less the same answer I always give. Also, that I think that I would always call it the paradigm of thinking I'm the one against everybody else. Shift this to we are together in that. I will always, for example, the picture of imagine you're in a traffic jam, a big one, on the Autobahn, the one which is 40 kilometers long, and you would know, okay, this will be now at least 2 to 3 hours. And imagine everybody, each individual in his own car, at the moment thinks me against all these stupid assholes here. And if you imagine he would shift and everybody would shift to we together. How do we go together through this here? I would bet on that we won't have not one single traffic jam anymore in Germany or wherever.
that's true. Because if you're in sync, coherent with one another, it by definition cannot jam.
Yeah. So it's maybe like your orchestra picture. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially in orchestra, everyone who's also an amateur in the audience hears it, feels it in a very millisecond. Someone goes out of line.
Immediately. Yeah.
It's for me always the best metaphor to understand what true synchronicity, coherence, collaboration, awareness actually can feel and sound like.
We had last time this picture of Barenboim with the West Eastern Divan Orchestra,
That's a great
this
one.
documentation,
Yes.
and this movie, and this moment when he first time met these beautiful people in Palestine, and they made music, but it was not really coherent. And then he said, "Okay, come on, guys, let me help you a little bit." And then this change. After a few weeks of working together, and there was suddenly this coherence. It was so beautiful what they did.
It is a beautiful real-life story of the original Argonaut myth. You have one Jason, Daniel Barenboim, that collects individually great musicians, heroes, and just reconfigures them, gives them a different space. The Argo ship, metaphorically. In his case, this amazing orchestra that he has with this wonderful building that was then built for it.
Yeah.
And that outcome happens.
Yeah. Okay, great, Stefan. I think it was a fantastic conversation. I think it was good that we repeated it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we had a dress rehearsal now.
Yeah. No, but I think it was really nice. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's see what's going to happen in the future. I'm very excited of what's going on and what news we will get from you. Yeah.
We'll see in the next quarter. Scale up quarterly.
Yeah,
Quarterly.
sure. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Okay, and you at home, have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you.